If you're an OG Fast and Furious fan, I've got some tea. You could be the proud owner of the car that starred in the original franchise in 2001 and 2003 and spurred a generation of enthusiasts. The neon orange 1994 Toyota Supra is available at Barrett-Jackson's Las Vegas auction, just in time for the next installment of the series on June 25th. While the series boasts an abundance of sexy, high-horsepower cars worthy of a big cinema action flick, the importance of this seemingly insignificant Supra cannot be understated. Before we take a look at the Supra that is up for auction, make sure you don't miss our next video and subscribe on the button down below. The inception of the 1994 Toyota Supra fandom. In case you need a refresher, the car first appeared in the flagship film of the franchise, The Fast and the Furious, in 2001. The protagonist, Brian O'Connor, played by the late Paul Walker, restored the car from a wreck after his manual transmission Mitsubishi Eclipse was discharged, or rather, detonated. After Brian and Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, spend $10,000 to $15,000, reportedly $100,000 in real life, to rebuild the car, it's so souped up, it's able to smoke a Ferrari. Literally. In the most iconic scene of the movie, Brian takes Dom for a drive in the newly restored car. After the smug owner of a Ferrari makes a snide comment, they end up racing. Against all odds, the Supra obliterates the Ferrari. In the final scene of the movie, Dom rolls his Charger, and Brian offers him the keys to the Supra since he owes him a 10-second car. Brian watches as Dom drives into the distance and then walks off. Why is the 1994 Toyota Supra so popular? The Fast and Furious franchise cemented the 1994 Toyota Supra in popular culture. It's arguably the most iconic performance car of the 1990s, and certainly one of the most recognizable cars in the franchise. While Brian frequently drove Toyota Supras and Nissan Skylines in the movie, similarly, Paul Walker was also an avid enthusiast in real life. Once fans learned that he purchased a few for personal use, Japanese domestic market vehicles, JDM, became an extremely popular export. According to car enthusiasts, the base factory engine is extremely durable and overbuilt. While the car itself is solid, it handles modifications extremely well and is easy to work on. Though its baseline is 320 horsepower, the engine is well equipped to push 500 horsepower, with modifications using stock internals, while most other engines would require a rebuild with stronger internals and well over 800 horsepower by upgrading rods and pistols. To put that in perspective, the popular Ferrari 488, which retails for around $330,000, has 710 horsepower, and the fastest Ferrari in existence costs twice that for 1,000 horsepower. The base Supra cost just $40,250 in 1994. Adding to its popularity and collector's appeal, the Toyota Supra boasts a beautiful aerodynamic body and perfectly encapsulates the 1990s power car aesthetic. In a tragic turn of events, Walker's death as a passenger in a 2013 car crash at the age of 40 ignited another JDM craze. As a result, Fast and Furious movie cars, as well as his personal collection, have sold for over fourfold their original sales value. In the last scene of the 7th movie, which was filmed after Paul's death, he made a final appearance posthumously. Assisted with CGI, the movie was able to tie up loose ends, with Brian driving in a white Supra after retiring from racing to raise a family. What does the Fast and Furious Toyota Supra look like? Though the movie car also made another appearance in the 2003 sequel, Too Fast, Too Furious, where it was modified to become Slackjack's car, it was later restored to its original iconic configuration. According to the auction house, it's retrofitted with a Bomax front spoiler, TRD-style hood, side skirts, APR aluminum biplane rear wing, and a set of 19-inch DAS Motorsport Racing Heart M5 tuner wheels. This example is a factory turbo car, powered by the famed 2JZ GTE 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-six engine mated to a 4-speed automatic transmission. though the filmmakers added an imitation gear shift. And although the interior of movie cars are notorious for being in bad shape, this car's interior seems to be well preserved since it was used for interior shots. The aftermarket gauges, bright blue seats, and steampunk steering wheel are a bit ostentatious, but pale in comparison to the exterior. The most recognizable feature, of course, is the exterior, which is airbrushed in Lamborghini Diablo Candy orange pearl paint with Troy Lee designed nuclear gladiator graphics. How much does the Fast and Furious Toyota Supra cost? Since the car is up for auction June 17th through June 19th, it's unclear how much it will sell for right now, as Supra that was used as a stunt car in the movie sold for a whopping $185,000 in 2015. Many were quite surprised it garnered six figures. The current Supra that is up for auction is expected to sell for much more because it has the untouched factory-powerful turbo engine. Additionally, this particular car was driven by Paul Walker himself for multiple internal and external action shots, increasing its appeal. Though Toyota unveiled the next generation of Toyota Supras in 2019, the Japanese manufacturer took a long hiatus from Supras in 1998. Because of that, there's now a limited supply of unmodified collector's quality cars in circulation. The retro 90s aesthetic is timeless, which increases its value even more. Regardless of its final price, this particular car is a piece of history, commemorating the Fast and Furious-induced JDM craze, 90s muscle car aesthetic, and a memorialization of Paul Walker himself. Like we said, its importance cannot be understated. How much would you pay for the famous Supra? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.